Okay, that's a good idea. So I'm going to start recording just in case there's anything that you would all like to review. Thanks for the reminder. And what's that, Orly? The recording after the class ends, give me about 40 minutes or so, and you can go back to Math Google Classroom, and it'll be posted there. You're welcome. Sadie, did you have a question for us? So yeah, actually for this, I'm going to give you two options. You could take notes, as you've done in the past, or you can just wait for the recording, or you can just really pay attention. There's not going to be there's not going to be new material until the very end of this live class, where I go into, debit cards and credit cards. Okay, so there's not going to be a lot of novelty, so you don't really need to take notes. I would just say if maybe you look over the recording as Orly suggested earlier, that'd be enough. You got it. So what do we have for the comments? What did people put for the ways we learn about money in our society? Okay. So the last class gave me a few ideas, and if there's anything that happens in the comments, moderators, please let me know. Okay, so parents. Good. Do you have any others, ideas about how we learn about money in our society aside from parents? Yeah. Okay. Anything else? That would be school. Yeah. Any other suggestions? Okay, so and everybody, let's keep to the actual lesson. Okay, let's focus on that. All right, so there I'm going to add a third one on there, and that's experience, personal. I should have written personal experience. I'm going to write personal after. Okay, so personal experience. So we learn about money in school, and you learn about it usually through a math curriculum, and so you know how to work with numbers. Okay, to work. No, I'm just going to say work numbers. Okay, but that's kind of that's sort of like not very practical. The more practical way you learn about money in our society is through experience and then parents. Okay, I'm not super okay with this idea, but unfortunately it has been historically the case. I plan to kind of give you a heads up with today's lesson, and I plan to kind of break the rules or the traditions a little bit and give you some money intuition and knowledge. But first, let's go ahead and review a little bit. We're going to be talking about what we did yesterday, what we have assigned today, and I'm going to end with tomorrow's ideas. So I want you guys to solve these. Do not write into the comments because we want to allow for everyone to have the opportunity to solve at least one problem. Okay? So the first one, Isabella has, I'm going to say it the way that I say it in my culture. Isabella, because that's a Latin name, has 7 coins, all of which are dimes and pennies. In all, they're worth 34 cents. How many of each kind of coin does Isabella have? I'm only going to give you one tip, everybody. When you name how many of each coin, start with the largest coin that you have available and get as close to the total as you can without passing it, and then go to the second largest coin and the third largest coin. In this case, you only have 2 coins. I just gave you the biggest tip that I can give you for these problems. Ready, set, solve. Okay. I wonder if we can have some answers for number 1. How many dimes and how many pennies? You can write a number and then D or dimes and then a comma. Yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Charlie, is that you? Okay, so the correct answer is now look at it. Look at it this way, everybody. Check this out. You want to get to the total of 34 cents, and I said to use the largest coin or currency, coin in this case, that you have first without passing 34. So you're going to use 10, 10, and 10. Dimes are 10 cents, obviously, right? So you're going to use 10, 10, and 10. Stop. That's going to give you 30 cents. Now, you don't want to pass because then what's the point? Now there's 4 slots left to meet the 7 coins total. And that's where pennies come in. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to give you 34. So 3 dimes and 4 pennies is the correct answer. Okay. For number 2, which is, so Juan has the following coins. Now, one thing I don't want to do is cover what the coins are, because I'm assuming that we all know what coins mean. Okay. If not, you should get on that right away. Like study what a quarter looks like, what a nickel looks like. So you have a nickel and a penny here, and the question asks you, if the total value, this is important, is 41 cents, what are the missing coins? Okay. Now I'm assuming you've started to look at this already. I would add 5 cents and 1 cent to give you 6 cents. And so take away 6 cents from 41 cents. Okay. Why am I doing that? Because I want to see what my actual amount is that I have to get up to. So 41 minus 6, you guys are probably already know this, it's 35 cents. We need to get to 35 cents. Okay. So I always like to think about quarters first. Does anybody want to go ahead and solve this problem before I move forward? And if not, I can do it. But I'm curious if anybody thinks that they have a good way of explaining how to do it. Hey, Yi-Chen, I haven't heard from you for a little while. Can you go ahead and solve this problem? There we go. I noticed that he said quarter first because you subtract 25 cents from 35, you have 10 cents left, and so it's a dime. So a quarter and a dime is correct. Good job. All right, I think we're doing pretty good so far. Okay, Jules, make it quick. What's up? Cool. That's great. That's awesome. I love coin collection, especially, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, you guys, just to finish up, let's go ahead and do number 3 and 4. And all that I ask is that you try and get ahead of me. I'm going to work them out real slow. Okay, 3 says, Julie has the following coins, just a dime. That's what a dime looks like. And there's 2 that are missing. The total value for number 3, the total value of coins is 60 cents. What are the missing coins? Okay. Okay, let's give people like a couple of seconds to get their minds around. And okay, great. So I'll choose for this one, I'll choose Charlie. For this one, Max. And I wanted to make sure that I'm going to call on other people, of course, but I'm trying not to repeat. I'm going to give a couple of more, like maybe like a minute, so that people can look at number 4 as well. Is that you, Charlie? Charlie, go for number 3. Great. So 1 dime and 2 quarters. Excellent. Okay, and the rest are null. We don't need those. For number 4, it says Maura, another Latin name. Maura has 7 coins, all of which are quarters and nickels. So this is important. 7 coins, and I outlined it here. And don't worry, Max, I'll give you the opportunity, okay? But they're all quarters and they're all nickels. In all, they're $1.15. How many of each kind of coin does Maura have? And you begin with the largest. Max, kick it off. What do we do here? You can also pass it on, Max, if you think that maybe you were aiming for number 3 and not number 4. Great. Nice. Very well explained, Max. Good job. That's it. Notice that he started with quarters, okay? You go as far as you can with the largest currency or coin you have. Good job. All right, you guys are burning this up. I'm not even going to do this problem right now, okay? We're going to move on to the next one. Now, this was a problem from possibly yesterday as well. And it's kind of simple, but it's worth trying. Go ahead and try 5 and 6 and try and beat your record in terms of time. I'm going to give you about a minute. Don't focus on the minute, but just try your best. I'm going to read number 5 with us, okay? Jamal has $2.54. How much money will Jamal have left if he buys a pear and a red pepper? Ready, set, solve. And remember, save your comments, you guys. Okay. Good, good. All right, so guys, try and do 5 and 6. And I'm gonna move for a second so I can hear you for a couple of seconds. Give me a bit. Okay, I'm back. All right, who would like to try to solve number 5? Let me know in the comments, or let the moderators know, better said. Okay, Orly, you're gonna do number 5. Who can do number 6? Okay, we'll wait for number 6. Orly, go for number 5. -1. Wow, that's good. That's good number sense. Okay. Yeah, but let's like let Orly finish. So Orly, you said you added up 99 and 86 to $1.85, and what's next? Okay. And how much did you get, Orly? 69 cents. That sounds about right to me, everybody. 69 cents. Yeah, I looked at it. Okay, so for number 6, trying to get a little bit of everybody. Um, oh, sorry, 69 cents. Yeah, that's good. Point that out. That's important. 69 cents. Let's spread this out a little bit. I'm trying to save it for everyone. So, Danny, do you think you can help out with number 6? And Danny, let me just read the question. Sam has $34 in total. Does he have enough money to buy a softball glove and the volleyball net? Go for it, Danny. Tell me why. Excellent. Yeah, so these are pretty simple problems. I think that we can move on, but I just wanted to kind of tackle them and just see what all of you are thinking about them. Oh, good. So you were working off of the from practical perspective. You guys, we have tax in the United States, and in a lot of other countries, right? So if you go ahead and take the tax into consideration, particularly in California, where the taxes tend to be higher than some other states, and of course there's benefits to that, then he might not have enough money. Okay, in this case, he wouldn't. Good job. Thanks, Yu-Chen. This is, oh, yeah, Yu-Chen, tell me, what's up? What we have for number 7 is what's called the multi-step problem. This is a little bit more similar to what you will encounter if you go to the store. Okay, David and Alexis decide to go to the zoo. They each buy a ticket for $13.95. Okay, now pretend that that's including tax. And they pay $4.50 total for parking. Now, if they had $50 to begin with, how much do they have left to spend in the gift shop? I'm going to give you a minute to go ahead and calculate this problem. Okay. Anybody want to give this one a shot? Who is this? Okay. All right, Iris. Kick it off. Let's walk it through. Okay. I'm actually going to work it this way, 6, 7. And add it to 450, which is the parking. Okay. Getting Mr. C to do his mental math here. 12, carry the 1, 32. So I have $32.40 in total. Okay, what's that going to give us? Okay, so I have $17.60 doing the math very fast. Can anyone confirm that answer? Okay, good. So, yeah. Okay, great. So, multi-step, everybody. If the thing about multi-step is they can be easy if you take them one step at a time. Here's my Mr. C tip for you. Notice that I made annotations. I made annotations here, 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 and also here. My high school math teacher she was excellent, and she always told me, read the problem once through, go back, read it a second time, and underline, circle, annotate. It helps you to break the problem down to a first step, second step, and third step, and she was right. Okay? So when you have word problems, that's one of the best tips I can give you. Have scratch paper, or if you can write on the actual problem itself, even better. Okay, one more just for fun, and before we move on to the next piece. Mr. Maza, or Matha, if you're coming from a Spanish point of view, goes into his favorite coffee shop. He buys a latte for $5.65. That's important information. And the muffin for $3.95. Gives the cashier $10 and puts the change, whatever he gets back, into the jar to donate to food bank. Good job, Mr. Massa. How much money did Mr. Massa put into that food bank jar? Okay, ready, set, solve. Okay, Josh, you get dibs. Let's give another couple of seconds, Josh, just to be inclusive. I myself, when I was your age, was a slower problem solver. Although I will add, I was also accurate. So it balanced itself out. Josh, how would you go about solving this problem? Okay. Mm-hmm. And that 40 cents was a change, right, Josh? And that's what he put in the jar. Okay, you guys. Now, Josh brought up a really interesting point. When we're talking about numbers in this unit, you want to make sure that you are using, um, how can you say, topic appropriate explanation or words. So it's better instead of saying 9.6, although that is accurate, it's better to say $9.60. I will also add that if you see something like this, 4.3, and this is a money amount, you can assume that there is a zero here, and that is $4.30. Okay, good job. Let's move forward. Now, I would have done this one, but I think you guys are, you get the gist already. Perfect timing. Now, this is a really important piece, I think. I saved it to the end because it doesn't have to be long. I call it the instruments of currency. I want to know what the advantages are, and maybe disadvantages to cash, debit, and credit. But first, I'd like to ask, do you all know what debit and credit are about? And if you don't, you can write an N, because I would prefer to, instead of tackling the advantages and disadvantages, to talk to you a little bit about what debit and credit are first, because your brain pop is going to do the rest. And just let me know, moderators. Oh, the brain pop is going to happen tomorrow. I'm giving you a peek into the future. Okay, so since there's lots of yeses, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you guys know that cash is paper money or paper currency. But it's not just paper. It could also be coins. Okay? When we say cash, it's an umbrella term. It really, people think of paper first, but it's also coins. I know I wrote that kind of sloppy, but you can read it. When you're talking about debit, it refers to the money that you have in a bank account, a checking bank account, or a checking account. Your parents know this term very, very well. And today, 2020, your parents have a check card, also known as a debit card. You can say both. The debit card is a direct representation of this. And you can access all of your money that you have in that account for access through your debit card. When you go to Whole Foods or something and your parents run the debit card, whether they take out the card or they use their phone or watch, you're accessing their debit account and they are subtracting from that available money, which is for use. And the last thing I'm going to say is that credit is like a loan that the bank provides you, and they'll give you a card that looks a lot like your debit card. Sometimes it's identical, and sometimes it's the same card that can be used for debit or credit. And what ultimately happens is you can borrow even more money than what you may have in your debit account as a loan, which you have to pay back in roughly about, give or take, 30 days. And you can pay it in little installments, like little bits and pieces, or you can pay it all at once. Does anybody have any advantages, disadvantages to any of these that you can name right off the top of your head? Go for it. Good. Yeah. So not rely on technology. Okay. Although cash is a form of technology. Can you I mean, unless you have, most people can't fit all of the cash that they have, all the cash that they have in their bank account or their checking into their pockets. Okay, that's a really good tip that a lot of people are talking about. So if you don't want to overspend, a lot of people tend to carry cash. I will also add that cash can be historically dirty because everybody touches it. It's not like no one cleans cash in general, unless you're like somebody who's very different. Exactly. Exactly. That applies to the credit as well. Very good. Um, any other disadvantages within the debit or credit cards or advantages? If you're on time, you may not even lose money. You may not allow whoever has it to pull out any money. I don't like to talk about it like that way, but theft is a problem in our world every once in a while. But they can be replaced, usually without penalty. Okay? The thing about credit cards, and this happens a lot to college students that are going into college, they get offered a credit card once they turn 18, and they don't have the psychology, the mindset, the training, or the knowledge to understand that if they go over their limit, they may not be able to pay it back anytime soon. I have had friends who have had loans or credit card statements that were too much for them or even their parents to pay. And so that really hurt them quite a bit, and it took them quite a while to get back to where they were. Be very careful when using a credit card. Don't ever borrow anything that you do not have. Okay, so you should be able to pay it back relatively soon. Go for it. Right. The best tip for you, and thanks for adding that because that's really important, is to have always a little cash on you. My mom would always say, Chris, you should always have at least like something like $50 or so in your pocket, at the very least 20, ever since I was really young. Okay? And I say that to you as well. Have a little cash in your wallet when you're in the future, in your purse, anywhere, and also along with your debit and credit cards. But let me also clear up that you can also go to an ATM and you can put in your debit or credit card in there, usually debit, and you can pull out some cash there as well. Yes, but wasn't it nice? Okay, you all. I'm going to let you all go. If you have any questions, stay back. And I want to say one more thing. It was a true honor teaching you, but you're not rid of me yet. You will definitely see me around. Just make sure to say hi. Okay. Stay back and let's talk about it. Stay back and let's talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about it, you guys. I don't want to take any more time for the rest of you. Good luck, and I'll see you later. Good job, everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hasta mañana. Hasta luego. Bye-bye. Okay, so I think that's mostly everybody, but people that were having tech issues, what was that again?